Hello, finally, we're starting our session. We're starting our session. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Today has been your day. If you're down for the showdown tonight, why don't you leave a comment in the comment section? Just, you could punch, I am ready. I am ready. Just type, I am ready. You could put your favorite emojis, put a fire emojis, just put up something there so we can know that you are ready for the showdown. You're ready for the showdown, guys. I see your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, of course, I'm Samuel Jibo, and I'm just going to hit the nail directly on the head. I don't intend to make this too long, so maximum of 30 minutes, and we're out of here. So I want you to take everything I'm going to be telling you today seriously. Now, if I were you, I'm just going to get a book and a pen close to me, or if it's a notepad, but ensure you have something, to take down one or two things I'm going to say, and ensure you lock out every form of distraction. Now, if you're in a place where you know you can easily get distracted, I would advise you go to a secluded area where you can concentrate and listen up to what I'm going to be sharing with you in this webinar. What I'm sharing with you is what has worked for me and has worked for thousands of people out there, people that have watched my webinars you're watching now and have taken actions based on the information I shared with them, guys, based on information I shared with them. So I'm going to advise you to take everything I'm going to be telling you seriously, seriously. So just leave a comment. You're here, leave a comment and, a shout out. All right. I see your comment. Thank you. Thank you. Just, type, I am ready for the showdown. All right. All right. So the webinar is how you could, earn between $5,000 to $10,000 as a freelancer on Upwork. Now, the thing is, you could do less, you could do more. There is no cap when it comes to making money on the internet. So I wouldn't want a figure to cap your mindset. All right. You could do less, you could do more. It's all about how you think and how you program yourself to think. All right. At the end of the day, we don't get to outgrow our mindset. All right. At the end of the day, you don't get to outgrow your mindset. The result you experience in life rises or falls to the level of your thought process. Very, very simple. All right. The level you get to in life financially, it rises to the level of your thinking, to the level of your mindset. So the first thing you have to understand when it comes to making money on the internet is to you know, purge the way you think. All right, you need to rethink the way you think, because it's very, very important that you streamline your thought process, because whether you like it or not, your thought process can either sabotage you or can be the reason why you are going to have amazing result. It's very, very important. So I don't want you to take it for granted. All right, there's this popular story that I share sometimes when I have that opportunity. Some of us even know it. It's the story of two brothers. All right, one was highly successful and the other wasn't. And these two brothers, siblings, were interviewed and they were asked, the wealthy one was asked, why did you become so successful financially? That's material success. And he said something. He said, because of his dad. Now, the same question was asked to his other brother. The other brother, which, lived a reckless life, drinking and smoking and, had nothing serious going for him. And they asked him, why did you amount to this? And he also said the same answer. He said his father. Now, the guy that became, wealthy was asked, how did your father, make you become successful? And he said he grew up with an absentee father that was always drinking, always smoking, that was not responsible. So he had experience of what it means to be broke and poor firsthand. And he made a covenant with himself that he is not going to be poor. His children is not going to suffer. His family is not going to suffer. And because of that experience he had with his dad, he decided to take his life serious. He took ownership of his destiny. He took responsibility for the outcome of his life. And he started working towards transforming himself. And because of that singular decision, he was able to amount to become a successful person. All right. And the other brother who, had nothing to write home about, was wayward and all. He said his father was a drunkard and he naturally just followed in his father's stead. Now, why am I, citing this example and this story to you? I'm trying to make you understand that you are the captain of your fate. Nobody determines the outcome of your destiny but yourself. Even this, the fact that you're even on this webinar shows that you are taking intentions and taking steps to alter the outcome of your life positively. It's very, very important you understand this because, as I said, at the end of the day, your thought process can either sabotage you or can be the reason why you become highly successful. It is very, very important. So, having said that, let's go straight to what we have for today. I'm going to share my slides on the screen. If you're following me, you can hear me. Please just type I can hear you. If you are following me, you like what I'm saying, please just type I can hear you, I understand you. Just type it in the comment section. Thank you. I can see your comments. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as I said earlier, the result, the outcome of your life is largely dependent on your mindset, largely dependent on the way you think. So it's very, very important you take your mindset serious. It's very, very important you stay in an environment that provokes your mind positively to think of ways on how to, grow your income, grow your influence, grow your affluence, and grow your results financially. All right, so let's go to the slides. All right, so please just give me a minute as I present the slides. All right, please just give me a second. I'm trying to get the slides up. I'm trying to get the slides up, guys. So just a minute. So we'll have it come on board. All right. So I prepared a slide, which I'm going to be sharing with us today, which covers everything that I want to share with you. All right. So all right. In the meantime, please hope you have your pen, your biro, and you're ready. All right, we're good to go. So I'm just gonna share it here. All right, so I'm going to put up the slides on the screen. So please just follow up while I talk from the background so you can follow everything I am going to be saying. All right. Okay, so how to make between $500 to $5,000 working with foreign client. Now, as I said earlier, I don't want you to focus on the numbers because there's no cap. Nobody can put a cap to how much or what you can do when you're working online. All right. It's largely dependent on the way you think and how you harness and put yourself together. So it's not limited by numbers. All right. You could do far, far more than this. All right. So why should you listen to me? All right. What I'm about to share with you has helped generate thousands of dollars for my students, and I have a track record and I've trained over 2,000 persons in the last 2 years on freelancing on Upwork. All right. And not just training them, we've had numerous results, numerous results. Of course, these are some of the results of my student, Damilari, who did over 20K dollars from implementing what he learned from me. You have Ibukun who got an offer of $1,000. You have Blessing. There are quite a number of them, who have done so well for themselves. In fact, there's one of my students who I particularly enjoy her progress and the level of energy. She's a single nursing mother. In fact, let me share that with you so you can see. She's a single nursing mom, and her story inspires me so much. Her story inspires me so much, but I'm trying to see if I can get it up so you can just you can just see that. I think I'll just pull it out from my Instagram page. All right, I'm just going to pull it out from my Instagram page because I once put it out there. um yeah, this is it. This is it. Nurse Sandra. She's a single nursing mom and she has done so well for herself, earning thousands of dollars in the process. Even when people are complaining, this lady is a single mom, she's a nurse, and she's doing well for herself. This was the last testimonial she sent. The testimonial she sent to me recently, where she got another contract of $410. $410, which was paid to her through Western Union. There are quite a number of them, but I'm just showing this to you so, to stimulate your thought process and make you understand what is possible. There are quite a number of testimonials, even here, which I've put out on my page. You could follow me after the webinar, Billionaire Sam, on Instagram. All right. There are quite a number of testimonials which I've, put out here. You could check that out on your own afterwards, where you see a lot of people like you, a lot of young Nigerians like you, who are doing very, very well for themselves. You could check me out later at Billionaire Sam. Follow me. I drop a lot of valuables on my Instagram page. All right. So, but that is that. That is that about that. All right. That is that about that. So back to what I was saying, back to my slides. I said, why should you take what I have to say seriously? Why should you take what I have to say seriously? Now, this is an article from Al Jazeera where it says a lot of Nigerians, and live on less than $1 per day. Let's not even talk about what $1 is to Naira right now. And price of basic things keep doubling and doubling every single day. I'll try to just rush through all this because I don't want to dwell so much, reading up a lot of things on this slide. I just want to pour out to you directly from my heart. All right. Of course, what it simply means, because of the downward slip in the economy, is that things are still going to deteriorate in the coming years. It's not, it's not about being negative. Sometimes when you look at the statistics and how things have been economic wise in Nigeria, the price of goods and services just keeps going up, right? Things were better in our parents' time, and they'll tell you it was better in their own parents' time. And you see, the whole thing keeps going that way. So you have to find a way to hedge yourself. You have to find a way to create an economy for yourself. Even though you're living in Nigeria, create an economy for yourself that can help you survive outside Nigeria. Create an economy for yourself where the result you have, the revenue you have is generated from an economy outside, but can sustain you comfortably even while you are here in Nigeria. Okay, so who is this for? Who is this for? Now, this is for people who are tired of earning, doing 9 to 5. You're a person that you'll be doing 9 to 5 and you're tired. This is for you. If you're still at home wife, or you need extra cash to cover some expenses, this is for you. Or you just want to make more money online or looking for something to augment what you already do, this is for you. All right. This is for you if you're a skilled person, you're a copywriter, designer, developer, project manager, or you're a young person who have tried other methods to grow your income and have failed. Or maybe you're already even a freelancer and you've not made significant progress on freelance platform. This is for you. All right. Now, the best part of this whole thing you need to understand when it comes to this training and what I'm sharing with you is that even if you don't have a skill right now, there's a provision for you later on, all right, which I'm going to talk about if you stay to the end of this webinar. All right. There are also services you can start with offering on freelance platforms, services like transcription, typing, virtual assistant, and translation. There's something I tell my students jokingly, even though it's a true story. All right. Now, there was a time when I used to offer Yoruba to English translation. I was doing that on Fiverr. And at the time, that was my best selling gig. Because sometimes people come to me and they're like, oh, they don't have a skill, they don't have what to offer. What can I do? Sometimes what you already have is, you already have something, but you don't value it and you think it is insignificant. Sometimes those things you think that are insignificant are those things that are going to pave and make way for you. All right. So during that time, I was doing Yoruba to English translation, and I was always getting gigs from white people. I recall, translating a lot of whiskey songs at that time, right? I don't know whether those guys are probably students studying something that has to do with international relations or culture, or maybe they're even studying Yoruba. I really do not know, but they used to bring those gigs for me at that time, all right? And I was doing them. There are also services like transcription that you don't necessarily need a formal training to do, all right, even translation, all right, you don't necessarily need a formal training to do, even proofreading, all right, there are services you can start out without a formal training while you grow yourself to become, an expertise in a particular field. Now, just to mention a few, all right, there are thousands of freelancers in Upwork making more money offering skills like this to foreign clients. All you need right now is an internet connection, your smartphone or your laptop, and the readiness to learn. Now, what is Upwork? All right, and how can you use this platform to your advantage? Now, we're going to the meat of this meeting, which I'll try and wrap up in the next 15 minutes because, as I said, I don't want us to go above 30 minutes. All right. So, what is Upwork and how can we use this platform? How can you use it to your advantage? Upwork is a freelance site that connects buyers and sellers. Of course, I've shared some of these things in the WhatsApp training. If you're in that group, that was yesterday. All right, an online marketplace, just the way you have physical marketplaces. But in this marketplace, soft skills are being traded for money. All right, soft skills are being traded for money, and clients from all over the world come here to look for people whose services they need. Now, the way I explain this is this: picture the way you have a physical market, where you have a physical shop, all right. But this time around, instead of having a physical shop, you have a digital shop, which you display your skills and your services. All right. So you're a proofreader, you put it there. You're a graphics designer, you're a product designer, you put these things there so people can know what you do. All right. And once they know what you do, they can, act on that accordingly. All right. Based on that, sometimes you can even get people sending, inviting you to apply for jobs directly because of how you've built your profile and how you've presented your skill set or your offering. All right. To break into the international market, all right, let's just leave that. I'm just going to skip some of this so we'll be able to, tie it up. Now, these are also some of my students who have done well for themselves, making a couple of dollars for themselves. All right, this is also some of them, some of the testimonials that I put up here, just for you to know what is possible. Because one thing you have to understand is this: what you see has, there's a relationship with what your eye sees and what your mind can conceive. All right. Sometimes you need to see some things, not necessarily because you won't believe without seeing, or you won't be able to get the work without seeing, but sometimes you need to see some things to inspire certain actions in you. All right. Sometimes you need to see the result of other people to inspire you to know what is possible and inspire you to do the necessary work required. All right. Because this also involves a level of input from you. The result won't just start pouring down. There is also a responsibility on your part that you have to be ready to do. All right. So, what are the benefits of Upwork? I think I've talked about some of this if you followed up the class. It's an online marketplace, where you get connected with people from all over the world who pay you in dollars for your services. Of course, we know what conversion rate is right now, so I don't want to dwell on that. New jobs springs up every 5 minutes. All right, from time to time, there are always new offers springing up. It gives you time and freedom. You're not limited to time and space. Now, picture what it means working from the comfort of your home. For the past 3-4 years now, I have not been under any paid employment. All right. So I work at my own pace. I work at my own time. I work based on my own schedule from the comfort of my own house. So I don't have to be boxed within, I'm going 9 to 5. No, I work the way I want to work based on my own personal schedule. So picture what that is going to give you. The time freedom is going to give you, the energy is going to give you, what that is going to bring into your space right now. All right. You can offer unlimited digital services on Upwork, which includes like copywriting, graphic design, coding, UI design, virtual assistant, and a couple of others. You get paid in dollars. I mentioned that. I mentioned that earlier. Okay, and you have time to serve God and time for your loved ones and family. I once read a quote somewhere and it says something. It says, "You are not really free until you are in charge of your time. You are not truly financially free until you are in charge of your time." Now, no matter how much you earn, so far you are still bounded by you know, yeah, so far you're not in control of your time. Maybe your boss is the one in control of your time, your work, and you can't really plan out your life the way you want. Then he says you are not truly free. So what that means is that the aim of finances, the aim of building wealth is to create freedom for yourself, and freedom for yourself includes time freedom to do what matters most to you with who matters most to you whenever you want to. All right. So that is one lifestyle that freelancing creates for you. You can serve God and you can have time for people that matter most to you and your family. All right. And your family. I mentioned earlier that if you don't have a skill set, just follow up. All right. I'm going to talk about something at the end of the webinar that's going to you know help you. All right. If you want hyper, okay, let me just skip some of this, so you know we will just wrap it up in the next 10 minutes. All right, so these are some of the things that you need to understand when you're freelancing. All right, these are some of the things you need to understand. There are a lot of clients on Upwork globally, all right, ready to offer you that money you're looking for once you can demonstrate expertise to solve their needs. Once you can demonstrate expertise, once you can demonstrate that you have the skill set, you have the tenacity, you have what it takes to do what they want. Sometimes people think these things are beyond their reach, but it's not always so. Many times it is just your mind limiting you, just as I said. It is just your mind limiting you. It is within your grasp. It's your mind limiting you. So most of the time, what you just need to do is to open your mind to the right knowledge, to the right association, to the right trainings, just like this particular webinar you are on. All right. Because what is going to do, or what is doing to you, is that it is opening up your mind to the opportunities that are out there, and it's putting you in the right line of thought. All right, helping you to think the right way and how you could grow your income as a freelancer. These are also testimonials later, and you can see Ashaka there who got his first offer. All right. There are, countless of my students who have done, so well for themselves. Now, one thing that I've come to understand so far, in my years coaching and, freelancing is this. When it comes to freelancing on Upwork, there are five major things that matters. All right. There are five major things that matter. Sometimes people think it's about opening of account. Opening of account is not even part of them. Yes, you need to open an account because people still face difficulty opening an account. But there are five things that matters most when it comes to freelancing. And number one is setting up a good profile to attract your ideal client, or you can call it pre-framing. There is a way you need to look like. There is a way your account needs to look like for you to get hired. There's a way, I don't know how to explain. Like, there's a way it needs to be. If you want to buy something from someone, there's a way that person needs to present himself, especially if it's a high worth product. All right. There's a way the shop of that person needs to look like. All right. Now, these are some of the things you need to understand. So, setting up a good profile is the number one thing that is important out of these five things to get clients, your dream clients on Upwork, and build from there. Number two, understanding and knowing how to write killer proposals. I call this the tip of the spear. Let me make you understand using this illustration. If you're a realtor, you have a house, a beautiful house. You built it, you've painted everything, and it looks so nice. Now, if you don't put that house in the market, maybe get an agent to represent your interest in the marketplace such that people that are looking for accommodation can come to see the place through the agent. That house can be there and nobody is going to come and look at it because people might not be aware of it, number one, and number two, people might just think it's occupied. So no matter how beautiful your house is, you need to put it in the market through an agent. All right, somebody that's going to talk about it, and people in the marketplace can know that, oh, this thing is available. All right. The same thing when it comes to dating. Like, no matter how good looking you are, no matter how desirable you are, if you sit in your house, okay, well, now there's online dating now, all right. But get the picture I'm trying to paint. If you sit in your house, you're most likely just going to remain single just the way you are. So you need to go out. That is the exact work that the proposal does. No matter how good you are in your skill set, no matter how good you are in the service you render, if you do not know how to submit proposals the right way, you are not going to get any offers coming at you. So building up your profile is number one. Number two, understanding how to write killer proposals. And I call it the tip of the spear. All right. Now, number three is setting up a good portfolio to attract high paying international clients. The next thing you have to understand is you need to understand how to set up a portfolio. Now, I said something earlier when we were talking about attracting clients. I said there is a way you need to be when I talked about building up your profile. There's a way you need to appear. Now, there's a way your portfolio has to look like. Let me give an illustration. If you're a wealthy guy, you're a wealthy man, a wealthy woman, and you want to hire a driver, now you have two applicants, and one of them has a driving experience of, let's say, okay, let's not even say you want to hire a driver for yourself. You want to hire a driver for your daughter to take your daughter to school and back. All right. Now, one of those, you have two applications. One of those application, the driver has experience of over 15 years. And in fact, in that 15 years, 10 of those years, he has used it to drive other people's daughters to school and back. And he has a track record. Now, the other person just finished driving school and he's applying. Who do you think is going to get that offer? Of course, the person with more experience, with more demonstrated and relevant experience. Now, that is exactly how it works when it comes to freelancing. All right. Now, you have to understand that this client want to see that you can solve that particular problem for them. So when they are coming at you, they want to see your portfolio. All right. So portfolio is very, very important. But because of our time, I won't dwell too much on that. All right. Now, number four is understanding Upwork SEO. Of course, I talked about submitting proposals. Now, understanding Upwork SEO is one thing that is going to help your profile rank. And there are times when you get invited to submit proposals, even without you applying. It has to do with you understanding Upwork SEO. All right. And the last is having a mentor, having a community, and being part of a community that can help you. Now, one thing that's going to help fast track your process is being in the midst of people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. All right. A wise man once made a statement and he said, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. It is very, very important you plant yourself in a community of like-minded people because there is so far you can go on your own. But it's very important when you are in a community where you can ask questions, you can network with other people, you can see what other people are doing, you can learn from them, learn sideways, horizontally and vertically, and grow from there. It is very, very important. Very, very important. And I'm wrapping this up, all right, in the next 5 minutes. Now, imagine you're able to understand all these 5 points I said: create a portfolio, write, an irresistible proposal, do all these things I said, and get a chance to be trained by me, have access to my, community of students, and all that has worked for quite a number. All right. Both my free and paid content have generated a lot of results for people. From Sammy, I've shared quite a number of testimonials, where you see a couple of my students, people that I've trained, doing so well for themselves. All right. Including Sandra that I even shared for my Instagram page. They're quite, a number of them doing so well for themselves. You see that's also Sandra there. I think that was one of our first offers there. The one she was the one asking of Unilag school fees. You get so they are quite a number, and that is why I'm presenting to you the freelance blueprint or the Upwork Mastermind program. Now, this is a program I specifically designed with you in mind to take you from ground zero to 100. All right, to take you from where you are to the destination you desire to have. Now, this program is designed to, equip you with all the training you need. Those 5 things I mentioned, you are going to be getting those trainings, in a more detailed format. All right. You'll be having access to those trainings, and there are a couple of things you are going to be learning from opening and approving an account, setting up a portfolio to attract high-paying clients, how to write killer proposals, researching your clients. They're quite, a number. They are quite a number. In the bonus model, you have the mindset hack, the best way to withdraw your money from Upwork, which is not PayPal. There's also a Fiverr crash course, guys. A Fiverr crash course, which I also added for Fiverr lovers, all right, which can also help you, the community, all right, where you can network and learn from other people. Yes, I talked about people that don't have a skill. So there was one thing we did in this program. In the bonus model, we attached some resources. All right. Now, I didn't teach in those resources. However, we attach resources, training resources that you can follow and upskill yourself on your own. All right. So there's a lot of them that range around different skill sets, from data science to digital marketing to copywriting. There are quite a number of trainings, we've added to the program. Those are free trainings. All right. You could start up from there, follow up on your own, and build from there. All right. And you also have access to the Upwork Mastermind Partnership Program. All right. So they're quite a number. They're quite a number. Okay, this was me when I was when I got a big check as an affiliate marketer. So all this is part of the bonus section. All right. You're going to be getting a little training on this. All right. If you want to also benefit from the partnership program. All right. So yeah, so that's just that about that. I've included everything you need to know to get on your journey and get started as a freelancer. The journey of 1,000 steps of a 1,000 miles begins with a step. You don't need a degree or an experience to get started. This bootcamp takes you from zero to expert. All right. So I know this is the part you're waiting for, and some of you are like, oh, I can't afford this, and that, and that. So I'm just going to cut the chase. We have made it, myself and my team have made this as affordable as possible. Because if you ask yourself, how much do you think this is worth with everything you are going to be getting? This battle-tested system that is guaranteed to generate hundreds and thousands of dollars for you if you follow through and do what is required of you. All right. So how much do you think it's gonna be worth? All right. The total value of everything you're getting is well above $1,000. And we're trying to make this as affordable as possible. So we decided to make it for 50,000 naira. But wait a minute. All right. If you're live on this webinar, all right, we are going to be giving you a fast action bonus where you could pay just 20,000 naira and you're going to have access to this training. All right. This is a discounted offer that would only be up for a while before it's taken down. All right, for 20,000 naira only. And you can pay to the account on your screen. You can pay to the account on your screen, or you can use the seller link, which is going to be, posted in the group. You could use the seller link if you want to pay directly on seller and have access directly on seller. Or if you want to pay into the account, you can do it here and send a message on WhatsApp with your email and proof of payment, and you'll be granted access to the community and everything. Now you can take a screenshot so you can have the account number. You could, take a screenshot of that, so you can have the account number. The 20,000 is discounted fee and is just for fast action takers. The price is going to be reviewed upward eventually. All right. Now for fast action bonus, if you are taking it right now, you are taking it this evening, fast action bonus, you have full access to the mastermind plus free access to the 1 million naira challenge and the Upwork partnership program. All right. That's for fast action bonus. You also have access to 2 solid books that have changed my financial game and will change yours if you take this up this night. All right. So if you take this up this night, if I were you, I'm going to do it this very, very moment, guys. So you could just take a screenshot. It's going to be posted on the group, but take a screenshot of this. Just make your payment of 20,000 naira, which is a discounted fee and will be going up soon to the account on your screen, 020-899-2306 GTB. All right. You could take a screenshot of this. So once you send a proof of payment and your email, send it directly to my WhatsApp line, guys. Send it directly to my WhatsApp line with your email and proof of payment, and you'll be granted access. So guys, see you on the inside. Cheers, and do have a wonderful weekend.